Bybit literally just got hacked. That's 16% of all the previous crypto hacks combined in one fucking day. If you look at the dollar value in real time, it is getting absolutely wrecked. And that is very, very good for cryptocurrency. Everybody is panicking right now because they're not in strong coins. They're taking gamble bets with AI agents, they're taking gamble bets with small market cap meme coins, AI coins, and gaming coins. Now that's absolutely fine to do if you believe in the projects, but if you're taking massive bets and you haven't built up your main bags first, I can understand why a lot of people are shitting the bed right now. In the last month, Bitcoin is down 8%. Some of our other altcoins like Solana is taking a big beating at 37%, and we might see a Solana price of $120. And I can promise you, if that happens, I'm going to be loading the boat on this one. We also have Render, a solid AI pick that was $12 not too long ago, down 42%. And that's in the last month. And a lot of people are saying, hey, maybe cryptocurrency is over. But what I want to really talk about in this video is, number one, if you're panicking right now, I get it. It's completely stressful, blah-de-blah-de-blah. But I want to talk about something that I think could change your mindset. Now, again, I'm not here to force you on what coins to buy and however you want to play this game. You got in cryptocurrency for a reason. Chances it was to make money. And you said to yourself that you wouldn't paper hand pansy if shit gets difficult. I want to talk about this. So Donald Trump has just started to lower interest rates. A lot of people look at this and they don't really understand what's going on. But this is going to go hand in hand with his own words, not mine, with the upcoming tariffs that's happening right now. But I really want to talk about why this is good. So interest rates tend to create a more risk-on environment. And it's going to have several impacts on the cryptocurrency market moving forward. So what does that really mean? So number one, increased liquidity. Cheaper borrowing costs and greater market liquidity often lead to investors to seek high returns. Now, with lower yields on traditional savings and bonds, right, funds typically flow into cryptocurrency assets because what typically happens is inflation. You start to see your money isn't really doing anything. That's probably the whole reason why you got in cryptocurrency for the first place, right? So again, number two is lower opportunity cost. When these interest rate drops, the relative return on safe assets diminishes, right? So e.g., if you're getting 2 to 4% on a high interest savings account right now, it's not really doing that much damage, right? If you look at inflation, I'm not here to say it's 10% for sure, but if you look at cryptocurrency since 2023 and especially 2024, when really, coins start to move, especially altcoins, you could argue that those missed opportunities, it doesn't really mean inflation, but some of these inflation are like 300, 400% because you didn't buy the altcoins. That's really what I'm playing. That's how I play cryptocurrency. Now, inflation and the currency debasement concerns. Okay, so lower interest rates usually fuel inflation and they weaker the dollar value. By the way, that's very good for cryptocurrency. Although we don't want a weak dollar because our money does less damage in the real world, but if you're trying to play catch up, you have to be able to ride some of these altcoins that we're going to talk about that you probably have in your bag to eventually sell back to that dollar, but you're way better off. You've done some real damage in the world because if you're just holding the dollar, you will get ultimately wrecked. Okay, so what typically happens here is investors view cryptocurrencies as a hedge against inflation. Okay, that's really Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the speculation happens. And again, what I'm really trying to say is, with the stars aligned, with Donald Trump, the BTC having in the 2025 bull run, this could be the perfect storm for a beautiful bull run. And you can really see here, this is the dollar value right now. If you look at the dollar value in real time, it is getting absolutely wrecked. And that is very, very good for cryptocurrency. But here's the problem that you're probably aware of. And I want to talk about why this is actually good because the market really didn't react that hard to it. So you probably heard every YouTuber's talking about this. Sorry I'm late, but I think I need to give my own perspective on this. Bybit literally just got hacked. Okay, this is almost like a black swan event, not as official as obviously the C19 word that I don't want to mention on YouTube, but this is pretty fucking bad because the funds that were stolen at the time of recording are pretty scary. So here's a little tweet shot of this guy. The largest crypto heist in history. Now, Bybit's supposed to be good. I don't like them, don't typically use them because I don't think you can in the UK, but Bybit, a lot of YouTubers, I don't want to say shill them, but they promote them, right? Which is absolutely fine. But 1.46 billion, not million, not 100 million, billion dollars, and still counting. Okay, so it's still going on in real time. That's 16% of all the previous crypto hacks combined in one fucking day. So here's what happened. I want to really talk about this and give you my perspective. So The attacker somehow identified every multi-signer signer, infected each signature's device with malware software, made the UI show a different transaction than what was actually being signed, and he got all the signs to approve with suspicion, okay? So cold wallet security really just got, redefined. E.g., if your money's not in a hardware wallet, I know it's difficult, I know some of these Ledger Nanos can be $200, $300, but I'm telling you, if you're not prepared, you should not be leaving a sizable amount of money on these exchanges. So really, just before we really dive into this, I kind of think this was maybe an insider job, because to do all this, you kind of have to be in the game. Bybit are super, super secure. Obviously not until now, but I really do think this was an inside job, something really sketchy going on. The good news is Bybit is solvent, right? So the hack loss is, not recovered as it comes for now, but all clients' assets are still one-to-one backed, okay? So they can cover the loss. And I think this was very admirable. I think his name is Ben, to come on here and just say, hey, look, we fucked up, but your assets are fine. You can still withdraw. And a lot of people did withdraw. But the founder claims they can handle even a bank run scenario. And we have enough tokens to give to the client. So I think it's very admirable on somebody to do this. A lot of people would have hidden in the dark. You remember Celsius, the platform I got wrecked in. He made one 14-second video that it was kind of like on a heist. He kind of had to show his face, and then he never fucking recovered, and he literally just left it all there hanging after like weeks before he was promoting how good Celsius was. I think this is very good. Now, what does this mean for cryptocurrency security? Multi-sigs aren't foolproof if human signers can be compromised. Very fucking important. Cold wallets aren't automatically safe. Even if code is secure, humans remain the weakest link. Supply chain attacks are becoming more sophisticated. People are getting smarter. It's getting fucking very scary, especially if you're getting hacked right now. I think his name was House of Crypto. He recently got hacked for over $116,000. God bless his soul. That's $116,000 today. He'll be good. He makes good income on YouTube, but what is that worth in the bull run? I always think about that potential. That's what really pissed me off when I got hacked with Celsius. Didn't get hacked, obviously the platform went down, but I look at all those coins and what that Bitcoin Ethereum could be worth now, really fucking pisses me off. So now, security takeaways: hardware wallets with screen verification do not fucking have your little, passphrase, seed digit phrases saved on your computer. I know it's difficult to put them on a piece of paper. You can buy like good security nowadays and put it in a safe. I think it's very fucking important if you've got a sizable amount of money and you want to have a sizable amount of money for this bull run. Never sign transactions you don't fully understand. Consider security through multi-layers and providers. And also, if Bybit handles this well, which they are doing right now, I actually think this could strengthen the trust in the ecosystem. If they falter, we might see the largest exchange failures since FTX. Wasn't really that fucking long ago when you think about it. 2021, really 2022. It's not that long ago. It feels like yesterday this happened. But Bybit, so far, they're handling this very well, which I think is actually good for cryptocurrency. If they can say, hey, we got hacked of over $1 billion, but we're still fine. And like this guy says as well, I think he says this is an insider job. Usually it is. Reason being because one of the multi-signs, someone had to be acting with this other party. It's damn near impossible that this wasn't an insider job, in my opinion. But we're never going to know. Hopefully they tell us soon. So the hack was mostly done in Ethereum. And as you can see, really didn't happen too much. If you look at the last 7 days, we really went from $2,850 to $2,600, got back up immediately. Now it's taking a big beating at the time of recording, but it wasn't really like Ethereum went to like $2,000, $1,500. It was a big hack, but the price really remained the same, which I really think this is very strong. So it was immediately bought back up, and really like nothing really happened. Even though Bitcoin is kind of chilling, e.g. shit in the bed right now, nothing really happened. So I want to show you this, which is what I just talked about. The House of Crypto. He said this quote. Now, this guy recently got hacked. It was a long fucking story. Go and check out his channel. It's quite good. E.g., what he's saying is crypto is a scam. He's not actually meaning this, by the way, but if you zoom out, look at the bigger picture. Bitcoin showing strength here. It literally takes one big green candle, and many of the alts you held will be down 7 to 8%, but it really takes like 2 to 3x in the space of a week once Bitcoin can recover. And how many times do we see this? When Bitcoin starts to make its next wave, e.g. on 22, 23, and 2024, Bitcoin did tremendously well. It did like a 5 to 5.5x up to $107,000. Alts were struggling, but then XRP, HBAR, and especially SUI and all these lower market cap coins after that, they literally went parabolic. Now, I want to show you this. I've talked about this many times before, and this really talks about kind of 3 waves that I'm seeing. We've obviously have the BTC halving in here, right? But typically what happens after these waves, you usually get about, if you can see here, 20 to 25% dip here. You can really see 20 to 25 dip here. And really right now, we're seeing about an 18% dip. Everybody is panicking right now because they're not in strong coins. They're taking gamble bets with AI agents. They're taking gamble bets with small market cap meme coins, AI coins, and gaming coins. Now, that's absolutely fine to do if you believe in the projects, but if you're taking massive bets and you haven't built up your main bags first, I can understand why a lot of people are shitting the bed right now. Because even though this disgusting black swan event that we just had with Bybit, I honestly believe we're still chilling, right? If you look at the market right now, it's not really doing that much. With all this fucking bad news, especially this hack, all these liquidations, you have to think that we're kind of chilling. Again, you can see on Ethereum, first wave up, little dip, second wave up, big fucking dip. Remember, if Bitcoin's doing 20 to 25% dips, Ethereum, being obviously the second largest market cap cryptocurrency, it will take bigger dips. And then you can see here, since the hack, obviously Ethereum is taking a big beating. But again, I do think there will be more waves in the future. If you look at Solana, you can see a big wave up, a little bit of a dip, kind of second wave up, kind of decent dip. And now we're obviously on this big dip right here. So again, every cryptocurrency usually has waves, okay? So money flows into Bitcoin, it rotates into Ethereum, even though it's not really done that this cycle, but I think Ethereum will start to perform very well. And then Solana goes, XRP goes, HBAR goes, SUI goes. All of these coins are starting to have good runs. The reason people are panicking is because they bought pretty much the December high, pretty much after Donald Trump won the election, okay? That's the difference. You're buying the same coins, you're just getting a different outcome. But if you believe in 2025, I think you're still going to be absolutely fine. Again, Dogecoin, big first wave up, massive selling point because this is a meme coin, so it's going to have bigger dips compared to Bitcoin. Third wave up, and we're still in this kind of like massive dip, and then we'll get to an accumulation phase going forward. I'll give you a last example real quick. So here's one of the problems. Everybody's asking, when is alt season? Now, in the last year to date, we've had an alt season. So I just want to be real with you. You've kind of missed the first biggest kind of wave in alt season. That's not to say that you can't get rich with cryptocurrency anymore, but just understand this is cryptocurrency in the last year. Some coins are definitely down, but most coins are up massively. TEL 700%, BGB 400%, DEX 333%. Remember, this is even with the big dips that we're having right now. These were up over 1,000%. EG, 10, 20, 34x. Virtuals, even though it's had a massive dip, is still up 2,000%. OM 3,800%. So remember, when memes are everywhere, which we've had one of these phases, right? Dogecoin, Brett, Pepe, Shiba, Dog with Hat. We've had that, right? You might have not realized that, but if you go back, you can see that. Now, yes, obviously, I still think we're going to get another run, or I would have sold at peak 2024, kind of early 2025, and I would have fucked off, right? I wouldn't still be in the game, doing this grind that we're in today. But all guys are saying, when is alt season? The chances are, you're probably new here. You missed 2023, the boring time to buy. 2023, obviously, 2022 was the best time to buy if you really knew what you were doing. But 2023, nothing fucking happened. Early 2024, nothing really happened. Those were the best times to buy because everything has really went parabolic till now. Now, I'm not saying that this altcoin season is over because, again, I've not sold my bags. But if you look at Bitcoin, absolute boring, went to 107K. Solana, literally $10, $20, $34, absolute boring, went to $250. If you look at HBAR, when we were buying this, 5, 6, 4, 3 cents, absolute nothing, went to like 35 cents. If you look at Virtuous Protocol, absolutely nothing happened. It went over 100x, okay? SPX, another one that people like to talk about. Absolutely nothing happened. Gave you over 100x. Now, I want to talk about something that a lot of people will kind of panic on, right? This is the Bitcoin exchange liquidation mark, okay? So this is all the exchanges. Obviously, we've had Bybit, OKX, Binance, blah, blah, blah. But when we look at this, this is pretty much showing how much shorts is on the last 30 days, how much shorts compared to longs are happening right now. And you can see in the last 30 days, this is fucking crazy, guys. There's almost 12 billion worth of shorts being loaded up compared to only, I say only, it's a fucking big amount. But if you compare 200 million to longs to 12 billion shorts, typically that means everybody's starting to go short, which is what's happening. That's why all these liquidations are happening. So in my opinion, with this shorts compared to longs, Bitcoin should be way fucking in the 80Ks, even 70Ks, just looking at this analogy. But here's what I want to talk about. For me personally, most people are always wrong, right? And the market is getting tired of all these shorts and longs getting liquidated. So again, if you look at Bitcoin on TradingView, with the massive shorts placed, the Bybit disaster we've just talked about, we're surprisingly calm on the weekly. Like no one was going long here at the 90K mark. This is kind of where like the support, I guess because the resistance is around about here, whatever. But we've not really faltered this. If we break 90K, yeah, I'm going to be a little bit scared because then there's really no flow. We go back to like 60, 65K levels. But again, if you believe in the bull run of 2025 peak cycle, this is where you want to take that active income and really put it in even Bitcoin, Ethereum, and your strong altcoins. Because again, if you look at crypto bubbles on the monthly, It is absolutely rough. Barely anything is up. Remember, this is in the last month, and most cryptocurrency, with all this bad news, we've had some good news as well, but the bad news with recently Bybits are wrecking cryptocurrency right now. But again, I would argue if you put this on the weekly, yeah, there's still 20%, 15% dips, but you know, nothing really can go wrong unless we get more liquidations and more exchanges getting hacked. We're still surprisingly calm on the weekly, which I think is super fucking interesting. And I really have to ask people out there, why the F are you panicking when we're so calm with all the baddest news have just happened? So if you believe in cryptocurrency, it will fuck with your emotions, and you have to be able to ride those emotions to greatness. You don't go in the gym and you just pull up easy and you're just like bam, bam, bam. You're not going to grow that way. You have to go to failure. Cryptocurrency will push you to giving up. Okay, you're not just going to catch a perfect run. It's going to be plain sailing. You've had waves as that. It can look easy, but now it's very fucking difficult because you're like, oh, I wish I sold. I could have rebought. That's what the game's about. So if you believe cryptocurrency is here for 2025, it is hard to do this, and I completely understand. I'm playing the same game with you, but it's really just loading up and having conviction on your altcoins. There's really nothing more to say than that, because again, I'll show you two massive wallets here. I don't know if you've seen these guys, Wintermute. There's almost $600 million in this wallet. There's almost $200 million in this wallet. So again, there's about $780 million just in two players. Now, I would argue these boys are smart money, and they haven't stopped loading up. You can see how much Solana they've got. Maybe I'll remember to link this in the description if I remember. But also, what's very interesting about this, they have FDUSD, which is a stablecoin, right? So they've got 41 million stablecoins here, right? And I think they're ready to fucking load up, because if they weren't, they would have sold their $107 million worth of Solana. They would have sold the $48 million worth of Bitcoin. Again, if you start to come down here, they've got $15 million fucking dollars in Fartcoin. They've got millions and millions of dollars in absolute shitcoins. SPX, even though that's down, they've still got $5 million they haven't sold. So if in doubt, look at smart money. These guys are way smarter than us, because they've accumulated, even though it's not completely their money, they've still not sold their bags, and they have fresh money, e.g. that stablecoin, to come and load back up in the market. Now, again, what I think is very important is Ethereum. We kind of need Ethereum to do well. It's almost like the dark horse of this bull run. If you remember the last bull run, and if you're in the bull run, Ethereum started to really go fucking crazy, and that gives us confidence. We've had that with Solana, and that's when all these Solana ecosystem coins, Dog with Hat, and even the other Solana coins start to do well. But we really need, in my opinion, Ethereum to start doing well, and it's getting so much scrutiny right now because obviously that Bybit hack was mostly done in Ethereum. And again, the load of people having just lost convictions. The fact that everybody was losing these convictions just makes me think that we're very close to obviously going on another parabolic waves. Again, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 months from now. If you don't believe that, you would have sold cryptocurrency, you would have stopped watching crypto videos. The only reason you're here today is maybe number one, you're a little bit panicking, but maybe number two is you're looking at opportunities and what to buy. And I can't tell you what to buy. I can only show you what I'm interested. You guys have all seen my portfolio. I'll show you that in a second. Again, for all the new guys out there. But again, it's just about having conviction, brother, and just going all in, not taking out debt, not going crazy, like, and you got to pay off your expenses. But if you have income, now's so much better time to buy than the peak of January, okay? Because stuff was way higher. Maybe you bought at those prices, but now you can start bringing up that DCA, and that's why the DCA always wins, because you get the average cost to entry, so you can have a better 25. And again, I just want to touch on Ethereum, because a lot of people are very bearish on Ethereum, but you know, this was not even too long ago. It's Ash Crypto, shout out to him, big Twitter account. You got to remember, Trump just bought $14 million worth of Ethereum. E.g., through their Liberty Finance platform, they hold 48,000 Ethereum, worth about 160 million. It's probably worth about 130 million right now, but they haven't sold it. So they obviously know what's fucking happening. Again, if you look here, Trump states jobs will be produced and the highest interest rates are coming down, that we talked about at the start of this video. But again, lower rates means more liquidity, and this is very bullish for fucking cryptocurrency. And here's another thing. This guy showed him, Altseason is coming, but we don't really know where it ends or starts. Full-blown Altseason indicator. Remember, if you look at Bitcoin dominance, 39 to 49%. I think now we're about like 60, 65. So once that starts to come down, that's when we'll get that next wave. The dollar index below 100, interest rates 2 to 5%, which is kind of what we're promised now with Donald Trump. Top 100 tokens outperforming Bitcoin all at once, and that's when you start to get those speculative plays perform really well that we had at pretty much the end of 2024 and really at the start of 2025, and obviously the dumped. But that is what we're looking for right now, and I think we're on the verge of hitting there very, very shortly.